Hey guys, welcome back. This week I have been living with this 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition in Tuscadero Pearl. In this video I'm going to be giving you impressions on what it's been like to drive around. I took this on a road trip this week and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. You do have 35-inch tires wrapped in beadlock capable wheels. You've got a Dana 44 front, Dana M220 rear, both lock. This vehicle is full-time four-wheel drive to handle all the power from the 392. Man, it sounds good. Rock sliders on the side, skid plating underneath. You got the Final Edition decals on the side here. Special 392 badging up front, very, very sharp. Steel bumpers front and rear, tow hooks, Ward winch. I mean, this has all the off-road goodies, a revised suspension to accommodate the power from the 392. Price as tested is just shy of $107,000. So it is not cheap at all. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. You have the swing open tailgate here. This does have an Alpine sound system as well, which you won't be using very much because this V8 sounds absolutely amazing. Do have a little bit of storage under here. Do have a 12-volt outlet back here as well. Do get a special Rubicon 392 Final Edition plaque here. 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission, built in Toledo, Ohio. You have a fold-out table back here as well. You just kind of unlatch that. It's kind of in the shape of a Jeep grill, which is kind of cool. Man, that's pretty neat. Come in handy for camping for sure. Let's climb in the back seat real quick. Very nice. You know, higher up, so it's harder to get in, but it's a Jeep. Who cares? Rear vents back here as well. Your window controls, 150-watt outlet as well. Couple mat pockets, pull down center armrest, couple cup holders as well, and I think a place to put a phone or something. This does have the $3,000 optional sky view roof that you can open with just a touch of a button, and the entire roof will just slide back. I tell you what, if I had a Jeep, this would definitely be the option I would choose because removing the panels is a pain. Very cool. Nice open top experience. I'm 6 foot, the driver's seat's in my position. I got about an inch of leg room and, well, not that the roof's open, but about like 3 or 4 inches of headroom. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's under the hood. So under the hood is the legendary 392. Like I said, it makes 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. Gets about 13 miles a gallon is what I've been experiencing. So yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of power for this platform. Windshield also does fold down as well. This is acoustic and it's Corning Gorilla Glass as well. Helps prevent scratches. 8-way power adjustable seats with the Rubicon 392 embroidered in the seat as well. I did a 6-hour trip in this vehicle and it is very comfortable to live with. They are both heated, but they're not ventilated. Up front here, you do get a nice 12.3-inch infotainment with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and a reverse camera. No 360 reverse cam on this, but you can see out the front. You do have some off-road pages and some things to help you out on the trail. Coolant temp, oil pressure, you know, oil temperature, pitch and roll. Look at that forward-facing camera so you can get over some obstacles and things. Wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay takes a second to load sometimes, but it always connects flawlessly and works nice. Down here you do get your dual zone climate controls, heated steering wheel controls, heated seat controls. You do have a button to make the exhaust quieter. All it does is closes a valve in the exhaust and makes it super quiet, and we'll test that on our test drive. Button to turn traction control off, crawl control as well. You can turn the screen off here, 12-volt outlet, your window controls. Down here you do get your front and rear locker controls, off-road plus drive mode, your electronically disconnecting front sway bar, some aux switches as well. Like I said, this is a full-time four-wheel drive system. You have your four-wheel drive selector down here, 8-speed automatic transmission gear shift with manual mode and paddle shifters. Couple cup holders, manual e-brake, which is nice to see. Jeep toolkit to remove your doors, decent sized center console, decent sized glove box, illuminated visor mirrors as well with HomeLink. Materials in here are durable. You know, they're not going to be very, well, I guess everything in here is kind of soft, soft to touch and not really cheap feeling, but you know, it's meant to withstand the elements for when you take your $107,000 vehicle off-road. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and close this roof and take this on a sunset cruise. Hopefully it's not too dark for you guys, so let's go ahead and take this for a spin. Hopefully this doesn't blow out my microphones, because this vehicle is pretty loud. This does have cylinder deactivation as well. It will go from 8 cylinders to 4 cylinders, just based on certain conditions. It's kind of annoying, makes everything kind of sound weird. Not too fond of the MDS, but you know, it's something that we have grown and learned to live with as HEMI owners. I used to own a 2019 Ram 1500 with a HEMI, so very familiar with how that all works. All right, let's go ahead and start out with a 0 to 60, pretty much what everybody wants to see on one of these things. Go ahead and turn traction control off, because it is a pretty intrusive system. Come to a complete stop and floor it. Four-wheel burnout, short shifted in the second, and it's still very, very quick. You can just see the whole vehicle just lurch forward with power. It is absolutely insane how much power this thing puts down. It is so much fun. So yes, it rides like a Jeep as well. You know, handles the potholes and everything very nicely. You know, it can go over bumps as you'd expect a Jeep would. It also sounds about how the Jeep would at speed. It's very loud, a lot of tire noise, a lot of wind noise, especially on a trip. It's pretty much deafening. You're nearing 80 decibels. But you know what? I don't care, because I have a 470 horsepower V8 on tap. I love it. This is probably the most fun vehicle I have ever been handed the keys to. And yes, it's $107,000, but like, come on. That is so much fun. The sound that it makes, the power that this thing puts out, it is absolutely insane. It's way too much power for this platform. It's insane. The whole vehicle just squats, grips for days. This thing will actually do a four-wheel burnout as well. So even at 60 miles an hour here, you can definitely hear a lot of that wind noise and tire noise. But who cares? The steering is so loose. There's a lot of play in the steering wheel. You have to do a lot of micro adjustments, you know, typical of solid axle architecture. I'll turn the exhaust baffles on to make it quieter. Still opens up under some throttle, but under light throttle, it's pretty quiet. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of a normal driving scenario here to see how quiet it gets. Very, very quiet. Under deceleration, there's a lot of drone from the back. Hopefully it's not blowing up my headphones. I'm not going to do any sound adjustments with this video at all. I normally don't anyways, but if it's clipping the audio, that gives you the raw performance of just, or the raw experience of just how loud this exhaust is. It's pretty comical to see a pink Jeep coming down the road with this V8 sound at you. I get so many looks. This vehicle gets so much attention. Out of all the vehicles that I've driven Hellcats and, you know, the Lexus IS 500 F Sport, everything like you can think of. This vehicle gets a ton of attention. It's insane, but it does suck a lot of fuel. Currently, I'm getting 12.4 miles a gallon, and of the last 600 miles, I've got 14.5, with a lot of that being highway. So, yeah, it does suck a ton of fuel. Wow, almost had an accident there. Holy cow. Did not use her turn signal at all. She just really doesn't care about what happens. Like I said, you do have paddle shifters behind the wheel. Pretty quick, pretty responsive. You just hold the paddle to get into regular drive mode. Drive like normal. It does have adaptive cruise and regular cruise. Very nice, very easy to select. Following distances here. Just your traditional cruise control as well. It's nice that they offer that. Yeah, guys, overall, final edition. This is it. This is the last of the V8s, and it's quite sad, honestly. You know, this stuff like this is going to be going away. It is so much fun to drive. Obviously, this, you know, handles like a Jeep, so. Be taking it a little easy now because the deer are starting to come out. This thing would be an absolute hoon off-road. It would be so much fun. I would love to get a chance to be able to take one of these off-road. Where I live here in Northeast Ohio, there's like no off-road parks at all, and you know, you have to get permission to be on certain people's land. So kind of stuck with what I got here, but man, this would be an off-road beast. Especially having the sky view roof. That is so cool. I know, a perfect place to end the video. So we'll do a little bit of soft roading, I guess. You can hear the pops and burbles from the exhaust. It's amazing. This Jeep just literally just soaks up all the bumps, no problem at all. It's amazing. Like I said, I'd love to take it off-road. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the review of the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it didn't get too dark. It's not too late. But what a hoon this vehicle is. So much fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.